You can go to the next one too. So graphic organizers are fantastic. Concept sort. This is another one that it's an oldie but a goodie. But you can see that you're playing with language, that you're messing with it. And so non-slang words and slang words, this is in a kid's interactive notebook. And again, it's how do you sort, how do you discuss, how do you group things? So one of my kind of classic vocabulary activities that I do with students and make it just practice is I have kids, skim the text before we even start reading it. And what I want you to do is you have 3 categories. So it's a 3-part graphic organizer. Words I know that other people may not know. Words I've never seen before. I have no idea what they mean. And then words that I've seen before, but I'm not sure of what they mean. So the kids just kind of skim that and they start plunking down the words. Now for me, when I'm in classrooms and I'm doing model lessons or team teaching or something, or I'm working with a small group, I'm always gobsmacked when kids will pull out a word that I think that they know that they don't know. And then also idiomatic expressions too. So our children have, massive cultural diversity as well as linguistic diversity. And I'll assume that they know something and they don't know what it is. So, for example, we were reading The Skin I'm In and a student says, well, Dr. McKnight, I don't know what Barbie doll hair means. What does that mean? And I was like, oh. So I started telling them, what it meant and the joys of having, an iPhone in my possession, a smartphone. I pull up some images of what that means. And they're like, oh, but their cultural reference or their experiential reference were Bratz dolls. And so they were talking about those. They weren't talking, they were like, oh, Barbie dolls. Yeah, like I've seen those. And then they understood what I meant. But I was really surprised that they didn't know what that meant. And then when they read that passage about the character, they're like, oh, well, the author's not being very nice, are they? And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. But if they didn't know that idiomatic expression and what it meant, they'd have a hard time understanding it. So vocabulary plus background knowledge equals reading comprehension. So just so you can see that this is a lot of playing with language and like, why did you organize things the way that you did as far as the different categories and then, would you change any, like after they read something, or they study that reading, or they do that reading, you can have them go back and take a look. Would you change anything and why would you do that? Okay,